What Joe Rogan and Elon Musk just revealed in their bombshell interview could change how we think about video games. They made some mind-boggling points that could really shift the conversation, helping people understand that playing video games isn't just a form of entertainment, but can actually be good for the brain. We are going to talk about this interview wherein Joe Rogan sat down with Elon Musk right ahead of the elections to talk about playing video games. In their conversation, Elon Musk dropped a huge revelation that he's one of the top Diablo players in the world. That alone is pretty wild, right? But what followed was even more interesting. Joe Rogan brought up a study and he mentioned that he heard about surgeons who play video games show significant improvement in their surgical skills. They are found to be more precise in their operations because video games train them to think faster, make quicker decisions, and improve their hand-eye coordination. Well, yes, that's the kind of impact video games can have on our brain, and it's not just for the gamers. This is something that could actually apply to a wide range of professions. The discussion further spiraled into something even more profound about the benefits of engaging in activities that require intense focus and how it can actually improve brain function, cognition, and memory recall. Now, I want to share this part of the interview with you, the first few minutes basically, because I think it's incredibly revealing, especially coming from two highly successful individuals. Elon Musk, a billionaire who has founded multiple world-changing companies, and Joe Rogan, the most popular podcaster on the planet. Their take on video games is not just interesting, it's a game changer. So let's just quickly get into it.
We were talking about something that I think is a really good, because people always think that video games are frivolous, but what you were saying, I think that's really important, is it's so difficult that it requires you to only think about that, and it can like relieve stress.
Yeah.
It can take out the rest of the world because it's so hard.
Yeah.
You can only think about that.
Yeah. I mean, if I play a video game on extreme difficulty, then I have to concentrate fully on the game, and it has a calming effect.
Yeah.
It sort of chills down. I mean, you mentioned, I think, and many people like if you play martial arts or you play pool, like something that forces you. It's like I think anything that forces you to concentrate fully actually has a calming effect. I find it just sort of like kind of a restoring effect mentally.
Yeah,
it's good.
Jiu-jitsu's like that.
Yeah.
Archery's like that as well.
Yeah.
Like when you're shooting a bow, you have to. There's so many moving things, and you have to think only of it, and it cleans the mind.
It cleans the mind. Yeah, exactly.
I was reading this study about surgeons, where they found that surgeons who regularly play video games make less errors.
Well, I mean, video games require manual dexterity, so it makes sense.
Completely makes sense.
Actually, if somebody was like epic at video games, I'd say like their surgical skills can be very good, because in order to be good at video games, any kind of fast reaction video games.
Look at this: 32% fewer errors, 24% faster, and scored 26% better overall than their non-player colleagues.
Oh, I believe that for sure.
That's incredible.
Well, then
that you should be required in medical school to play video games. Don't you think?
If somebody's like a top-ranked video game player and they say they're a surgeon, I'd be like plus one, plus two type of thing.
Oh, top rank for sure. Well, but this isn't even top rank. This is just people who play.
Well, your manual dexterity has to be extremely high.
Yes.
So you're looking at things on a screen. You're reacting, and sometimes you got like 10 milliseconds to react.
Yes.
And so if somebody's got incredible reaction times and manual dexterity, they're obviously going to be a good surgeon.
Imagine if there was a course that you could take. That course would promote. You would be 26% better.
Yeah.
Everyone would have to take that course.
Sure.
Why would you want a surgeon that's less prepared? You would say, hey, Bob, did you take this course? You didn't take this course. Don't you understand this course makes you 26% better?
Sure.
You would have to take it. Everyone should have to play video games if you want to be a surgeon.
Well, I think it certainly would be a very good test to see if somebody can't play video games well. Like that means, because you got to move both hands simultaneously.
Right.
You got to react to something very fast, then on the screen. So, and if your keystrokes or your mouse clicks or whatever are wrong, then you lose the game.
Right.
So, if somebody's has a good rank in video games, I would say that their manual dexterity must be extremely good.
Well, it's so
their fine
hard.
motor skills have to be excellent.
If you think about like StarCraft or any game like Quake, any game where a lot of people are playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional. Period. As a human being, there has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah, actually, if I mention Quake, way back in the day, I was one of the world's best Quake players.
I know we talked about this.
Yeah.
I loved Quake.
Yeah. I mean, my final semester in college, I probably put more time into Quake than all my college classes.
When I was on news radio, all of the writers were super nerds. They were very, very fun guys, and they had a LAN set up at the studio where they all played Quake. I had never played video games, and I would go in with the writers and just kind of hang out with them. We'd get silly, and then we would all start playing video games and playing Quake against each other, and I got addicted. Like hardcore.
Like
I got a T1 line installed in my house. I went hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. Checking how many milliseconds of latency.
Oh yeah, I was fully addicted. I was making my own computers. I was going to Fry's Hardware and buying motherboards and putting everything together. And it was too much of a time suck though. Yeah. Nothing compares to video games in terms of like the amount of feedback you get. Like the sensory overload you get when you're looking at a large, high-resolution screen. You have a fast computer. You have headphones on. That you're hearing sounds from here and sounds behind you, and rockets are flying by you. And there's nothing like that.
Yeah, for me, the intensity of video games is hard to beat.
Yes, people dismiss it because they think it's just a waste of time. But we're showing like real-world benefits of people playing video games.
Now this was incredible, but here's the important part, and let me be very clear. Moderation is the key. So if you're spending 12 hours a day in front of a screen, that's a problem. Your physical health, your social life, and your overall well-being can definitely suffer. But when balanced right, video games can have real benefits, particularly as a tool for mental development. For parents, this interview could be a real game changer, showing that video games don't have to be an enemy, but actually help their children develop important cognitive skills. So if you've ever thought of video games just as mindless entertainment or something that's only for the kids, this interview could completely flip that narrative. Check it out because you don't want to miss this, and let us know in the comments what you think about this conversation.